It is Richard Helvey. I am a speech therapist guy, and I decided to do another um, YouTube post about a topic. I've written several on Ashley community, and I usually don't get a response because people are idiots and they don't care to like talk about anything that's new or research based. So I'll read my little spiel here and see what you guys think. The discussion was direct feedback to Asha board. What does pragmatic language and the need for concrete defined clinical and ethical standards for teletherapy service provide? So I'm trying to see kind of how that changes in terms of doing teletherapy like this, because pragmatic language is completely different. Like, like that would be kind of weird, right? But like, what if, I don't know, there's so many other things. I'm not there in your physical space, am I? And I don't know anything around you. I don't know the context. There's so many things. Anyways, I'm gonna read this. I'm feeling a little funny tonight. I'm feeling feisty, having a beverage. So here's what I wrote. Good afternoon. I have taken several days to think about how to approach sharing all this information with you. The concerns and pitfalls it causes on therapist burnout and the inefficiency in an ethical service provision that is providing legally by school-based teletherapists. Excuse me. These comments come from personal experience and employment doing teletherapy. Shut up. It has no emotional and directional meaning other than what I observe to be needed for ensuring teletherapy is successful, ethical, best suits the student's needs for moving forward, and considers it evolutionary use over the upcoming years. I don't know if I need to change that. It sounds kind of funky. Some thoughts on the impact of digital communication, students' interest in learning and motivation to participate in learning. Oh, I didn't finish this yet. That's something I gotta add to that section, that's why. So I'm just reading to you guys like how I started thinking about some stuff, and maybe if people watch this and actually like to talk about it, let's talk about it. So like I just wrote, I was gonna elaborate that. It was just a topic, like for a paragraph. Some thoughts on the impact of digital communication, student interest in learning, and motivation to participate in learning. Okay, great. I know how to. Oh my god, dude. You know what? That's another reason I don't like teletherapy, because you never lose these things. I think I broke my iPhone like 4 months ago. I got mad. It fell between the seat in my car. I tried to grab it and it bent and it broke. Yeah. I didn't have a cover on it. Anyways, okay, so back to this. So that was a really interesting, I have a lot of ideas about that. I just need to put it in here. And then we'll keep going. Given, at least in the state of California, the high demand for SLPs, contractors reach out almost daily to find someone licensed to serve remotely or in person. I've grown to really enjoy doing teletherapy because of my interest in utilizing cognitive and language-based video games that students often play after school, but utilize them in a medium for addressing their language goals given by my experience and familiarity of participating in the same online social context of communication. There are ever-increasing and absolutely undefined online pragmatic social language skill functions for the majority of children in middle school and high school. Unfortunately, ASHA hasn't mentioned or established normative guidelines with this whatsoever, yet this is likely how the majority of students in society will be communicating in the near future and are now, right? They go home after school or they play online games. Like everyone, most of the kids I know, like, you know, they go online, they play games on their consoles. So they're interacting with people doing that auditorily. That's communication, and that's a main method of how they're communicating in half their day, or a lot of their day, you know, especially after COVID. So what I said was, in sight of preparing and facilitating skills needed for these social skills, it is important that we understand, view, and participate in this context, because this is a significant percentage of this age range's social experience in their natural and functional way, and is likely via online gaming when communicating with others using voice, text, and an avatar. I believe a study examining how the medium of social exposure, which is most likely the majority of a typical child adolescent within our culture and digitally reliant communities, allows for the relationship building as each individual balances and interacts with others in daily routines. Is the percentage of online interaction becoming or has become greater than the availability to participate in physically bound social activities with their peers? If this gap has been met or is nearing daily social experience by our community and culture, then surely its pragmatic language, a definition, it needs an update or an upload of these new aspects of this vast area of communication skills. The sad part is that daily physical bound interactions are fundamental and essential for empathy, theory of mind, and general self-awareness of what emotions are experienced, right? In real temporal time. It's sadly disappearing with ever increasing demands like online communication, given work obligations, digital documentation requirements, and the use of written typing language alone just as a function in daily life routines for almost all communication. Paying bills, preparing for parties, jib-jab cards, da-da-da-da-da-da. So, having said that, shouldn't we be ethically establishing what a pragmatic language definition is for the digital realm? Are researchers investigating these processes now? Why isn't ASHA sharing or disclosing this information if that is the case? Rather discussing non-related communication topics like personal identity and detailed descriptions of random therapists throughout the country and every ASHA leader. What is essential for this field's advancement and continued progress establishing the truth of communication function and defined pathology of it, in my opinion, has been placed on the back burner of professional upkeep. What I'm mentioning here is just one aspect of our field that might be worth spending a little more time on, because when a clinician has to provide digital teletherapy to a student who only uses an AAC device, has a secondary diagnosis to communication disorder resulting in cognitive or theory of mind skills to even be able to understand and work and interact with the clinician on the camera, it makes no sense, and it should not be legal and should not be billable for insurance companies. And what is this anticipated interaction or outcome of conducting therapy like this in this fashion, like for the families and the educators that are assisting them, like on the computer? Like, is it, they're having trouble too, because they're like, what the fuck do I do? And they don't know, and we don't know either, because we're not on that side. And it's just like, some of these kids, ASHA hasn't defined these things. They need to be like, look, if you have, well, they're gonna have to lay a categorical label. You can't be inclusionary, exclusionary with all this shit. You got to do it, because you're gonna get your ass in trouble. There's gonna be a lawsuit. Or someone's gonna speak up like me and say this is fucked up, because it is. It is hurting, and it's not doing anything helpful for the child or the clinician, because then you feel guilty and you question everything. It's just like, it's sick. So yeah, and that's what I posted. I don't think I finished it though. I just have that one section. So if people like this kind of topic or debate, I'm gonna do a couple more. I'm super chill. I'm super relaxed. I just love talking about like ideas and stuff. I'll post a couple more of these videos, but I'm Sam. I'm Sam, an SLP in California. I'm considering leaving my position because just fed up with it, because I want to make a change, and I feel like I'm stuck, and no one is trying to, like I said, with this kind of like go into this area that's important with AI coming out and things like that. And it's like, whatever. So let me know what you think. I hope I hear comments from people. Make request. If you guys see this, share it. Like, I want to have a goofy time. I want to be like a speech therapist guy, like that is like known to other girls. Like, they're so serious and the perfect teeth. No, like, I got a crack in my front tooth, and like, yeah, I've had like bones and like fractured. I'm a guy. Like, they can have a different view, and a fun view, a humorous view. So, anyways, all right. Till next time.